Hello and welcome to the review of the Thoth Tarot. Here is the back of the cards, which I quite like, by the way. And then here's the Major Arcana. I love this deck. I don't know if it's because of the fact, by the way, this deck actually has 3 Magicians. This is one of them. I quite like this one, so I used that one. Plus it's one of the few I could find. There's actually 2 more, but I get to find them. I love this deck. It's quite interesting. It's, I would say, the second most used starter decks that people begin with. I don't really suggest it, though, because it doesn't go by the normal format, because, well, let's see. 1, Justice is before Strength, and 2, coming up, you'll notice that some of them, so for example, instead of Justice, it's known as, adjointment or something. I'm not exactly sure. Another term for being even. So, yeah, it's got many different names. See, Strength is Lust. I don't get how Strength became Lust, but it is. But, let's see, there's that. And, I'm trying to remember what other cards would change. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Temperance is turned into Art. Not exactly sure where that came from, but it's everybody their own, I guess. Let's see here. We're coming up on the star now. The other one that I think changes is the world, but I think the world is turned into the universe, so I don't think there's too much of a difference there. And, oh, in this one, Judgment is changed to, well, the Aeon. And yeah, here we go, the universe instead of the world. But, you know. Okay, Minor Arcana. Wands. I would have to say this deck, because of the Minor Arcana, goes more to the Tarot Marcellus format of the Minor, but in a different manner. Instead of just being that number of said object, they are in nice, interesting patterns, which I quite like. It's just quite an interesting deck all around. Let's see. Well, when we get to the court cards, it's actually going to be something quite interesting. See, I thought the court cards were going to be the same. In fact, the court cards are completely different in here, and thus you're about to see. Where instead of page, we have princess. Instead of knight, we have prince. Instead, actually, queen is actually surprisingly what's supposed to go. But instead of a king, the knight is in the king spot now. That's just weird, isn't it? Here's the cups. And this deck is, I don't know, very interesting. It was made by Aleister Crowley, one of the few decks I actually know the creator. I don't know why it's got more than one magician. I'm really confused on why. It's just really strange, but I like it. This deck is, see, as I've seen, the decks that people start with the most are, first most starter used deck is Water Weight. 2 is the Thoth. And then 3, you could say, is the Gilded Tarot. As the Gilded Tarot is quite a commonly used and started tarot deck. Of those 3, I just have the Water's Weight right now. Eventually I will have my own copy of the Thoth Tarot and the, what was I? Oh, and of the Gilded Tarot. That is my goal. And here we are with the swords. Aleister Crowley, I'm not exactly sure. I think the Tarot Marcellus might have been the one he was going for, trying to duplicate. With his Minor Arcana, possibly. But I like this deck more than, I would prefer this one over Tarot Marcellus. Yeah, it doesn't go with the traditional format, and honestly, I mean, I could see why you could want to start with this deck, but I wouldn't, because it's so many names have changed, so many things have changed around. It's almost a completely different format. You would have to start with. I would honestly, any deck I would suggest to start with would be Rider's Waite, really, just because it's got the basic format, basic order, basic names. It's just, I think it would be best. First deck I ever came in possession of was actually the New Century deck, but honestly, I didn't know that there were any other kind of decks at the time, so I didn't know. And here are the Pentacles. And here are the Pentacles, quite different. The Two of Pentacles is quite interesting looking. It's an infinity sign. It's an Ouroboros, I believe, is the term for the infinite snake. They kind of remind me of something of the, I think it's the Geometry Tarot, I want to say, that it reminds me of. I can't remember, but I think it was it. But, all around, this deck is really neat, really interesting. I quite enjoy it. When it comes to reading, though, via face value, with the minor arcana, that would probably be very difficult. Only with the major arcana would you probably be able to do that, so it would probably be one of those difficult ones. I'm most certainly going to get it and add to my collection, though, that is for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review of the Thoth Tarot. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.